Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2021 Porsche Taycan Turbo, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. An electric Porsche, the idea would have seemed outlandish even just a few years ago, but here we are with the 2021 Porsche Taycan Sedan, and it's every bit a Porsche. There's thrilling performance, sleek styling, and lots of customization possibility. It's even a traditional Porsche in terms of price. That may not be quite as much to your liking, but at least you know the brand is being consistent. The Taycan debuted last year and quickly claimed the top spot in rankings of luxury EVs. For 2021, the Taycan gains a new base trim. It costs less than existing 4S and turbo trims, but isn't as powerful. Also, there's a new Cross Turismo body style with a larger rear hatch like a wagon. The 2021 Porsche Taycan Sedan is available in 4 trim levels: base, 4S, turbo, and turbo S. The base and 4S come with a 79 kilowatt-hour capacity battery pack. They're also eligible for the 93 kilowatt-hour performance battery plus upgrade that is otherwise included as standard on the turbo models. The base Taycan trim has a single motor with a 2-speed transmission that drives the rear wheels. The other trims gain a second motor for all-wheel drive. While we're going to build and price a turbo model, the mid-range Taycan 4S should have more than enough power to satisfy you if you're performance-minded. I consider adding the adaptive cruise control option if you do a lot of commuting in traffic, and for audiophiles, the Burmester Premium Audio System. Okay, let's jump into this build and price review of the 2021 Porsche Taycan. Real quick before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at some of my other related build and price reviews. I've put links down in the description below. Actually, I just have one vehicle that I've recently done a build and price review of that competes directly with this Porsche Taycan, and I think it's a very, very nice vehicle. I also did a written article on it. It is the 2021 Lucid Air in the Dream Edition, because it's their first one out that they're coming out with. It's very, very nice. And like I said, I also did an article. So I will put those links down in the description below. So after you watch this video, why don't you check out that video and the article to that Lucid Air. Okay, so before we actually hit up the Porsche configurator and spec out our Taycan Turbo, let's go over all the features. Actually, let's check out the prices of all the trim levels really quick. So your base model Taycan Sedan, because we're doing the Sedan, not the Cross Turismo, starts at $79,900, so $80,000. Then next up the tier, you've got the Taycan 4S. It's $103,800. Then you got the Taycan Turbo. That's what we're going to build and price on the channel today. It starts at $150,900. And then at the very top of the tier, like Porsche often does, they always have an S trim at the end of their turbos usually. Here's the Taycan Turbo S, and that starts at $185,000. So Porsche has these 4 categories of features: design features, performance features, charging, right? You want to know about the charging. What's the range on this vehicle? And then, of course, comfort. But before we jump into that, let's go through a few of the gallery images. We kind of looked at some of them in the intro. What I really want to check out is the remainder exterior photos we haven't looked at and the interior photos. Okay, so let's start here. We're going to actually see the remainder of these exterior photos. We may see 1 or 2 photos we already saw, but then we can also dip into these interior photos. There's a nice shot of the wheels. Here's a beautiful shot of the Taycan interior. Wow, it's very nice. And note, is that the key on the right-hand side and not on the left-hand side? If that's even a key, I don't know. But it looks like a key, doesn't it, right there on the dash. There's a better shot of the seats. They look like there's some kind of, I don't know if they're all leather or cloth. I can't really tell. Usually these EVs, sometimes they have some weird looking materials or sustainable materials that they often use. I'm not into that stuff, but oftentimes you see that on these EVs. Here's the Taycan Turbo. That's the back side of it. Another shot of the interior. These are really just glamour shots, aren't they? Of the interior especially. But we can see some stuff, though. All right, we can see some stuff. The Taycan is very, very nice looking. Is it nicer than the Lucid Air? I don't know. Maybe it's... Wow, look at that. Is that a screen all the way over there For your passenger, yeah, it sure looks to be. So you've got a lot of screen here. You've got your whole digital instrument cluster. You got the infotainment in the center. You got all your HVAC controls down this whole dashboard down here, or whatever, this center stack, which is very nicely done. And then you've got some kind of entertainment and something else going on over here. And that's where we're going to learn about the features, and that's why we're going to check those out right now. Right after we admire how nice looking this Porsche Taycan is. I don't know what trim level they're showing us here. They're all nice looking. This one we already saw. That's a nice shot there. And then I think this is the last photo. That looks good. All right, now let's go check out those features. And let's start off with design features. First, design features, exterior design features, specifically of the Taycan. They talk about air curtains, so-called air curtains. They improve aerodynamics by guiding incoming air over the wheels like a curtain, and that reduces turbulence. Then there's the 4-point LED headlights with a matrix design that combines all the light functions into a single component. There's automatically extending door handles, which is very cool. They're flush, and then they automatically extend and open the vehicle interior. And they say with its deep, sporty seating position. Well, it is nice in there. So there are two roof options. One they say is a contoured variant that's made of lightweight aluminum and all that. And then there's also this panoramic fixed glass roof. And here they're talking about the rear design. The new Panameras also have this kind of this same kind of design, and I like that. Where you can see the Porsche logo, three-dimensional letters, and all that kind of stuff. And then above these, there are the Porsche active aerodynamics in the form of a 3-stage rear spoiler system. Here they're telling us that all mechanical buttons, they're basically all but gone. There really are not really any mechanical buttons. They've all been entirely replaced by digital ones, which makes the interior look extremely tidy, they say. So here they're showing the instrument cluster that they say is driver focus, which is typical of a Porsche. This is a 16.8-inch curved display with direct touch control for selecting lighting and chassis functions. One of my favorite features ever. If you watch this channel, you already know this, and that's heads-up display. Not standard on such an expensive vehicle. No, no, no. It's an optional heads-up display that projects the main driving information directly in the driver's field of vision, and it looks really nice. I like the way that looks. So here they're showing the Porsche Communication Management, otherwise known as PCM. It's the infotainment system. This is your audio, your navigation, and your communication displayed on a 10.9-inch central display on the dashboard. So here's another 8.4-inch center console control panel. This provides access to navigation as well, media, telephone, Apple CarPlay via menu bar, which can be disabled apparently. So that's pretty cool. Also, it says the trunks and charging port doors can also be opened and closed from this location, as well as the charging display and battery charge status can also be viewed, which they're showing in this photo right here. Okay, obviously other design features would be the wheels. I love wheels. What's wrong with wheels? Nothing. Let's check out the different wheels for the 2021 Porsche Taycan. Here's a 20-inch aero wheel. Here's a 20-inch sport aero wheel. These ones with the blue on here, I don't really find them particularly attractive. These 21-inch Mission E design wheels, painted in exterior color, I suppose. And then here's the Mission E design wheels, painted in high gloss black, exclusive manufacturer. That just means they're just charge you a few more bucks for some different kind of paint. These wheels I don't think are attractive either. These exclusive design wheels. They look very EV to me. I get it, but they look very EV. They have them also in this Saturn, in this goldish color. I'm going to call it gold. And they also have, actually, it doesn't look bad in this carbon fiber, though. The carbon fiber aero blades. Now that, even though they don't call these aero blades, they all sort of kind of look the same to me. Except, well, I guess they're just got carbon fiber on them. At any rate, these might look the best. These might be the best wheels. The 21-inch wheels are more desirable to me. Otherwise, you know, there's nothing wrong with this base 20-inch turbo aero wheel either. So here Porsche's just talking about how great the interior is, that it's got a sporty, minimalistic, and clear design. The center console will catch your eye, which it certainly does, and it does sort of kind of appear to be floating, although you can see how it's constructed. I find the driver instrument cluster to be the most interesting looking thing. I think it looks quite nice. Here they're talking about the seats, so I guess you got some basic 8-way seats, and then optionally up to 14 or 18-way adjustable seats with narrow headrests. See, there's that word, sustainability. See, I knew those materials. There's something funny looking about those materials. Sustainability. But they do, I see the word leather. Some kind of different kind of leather, though. It's not the leather that you're normally getting. So apparently every Porsche Taycan comes standard with a multifunction sports steering wheel. But if that steering wheel is not sporty enough for you, then you can get the optional multifunction GT sports steering wheel that features a mode switch, which must be down here in this bottom right-hand side of the steering wheel. Also looks like it's wrapped in Alcantara, which I don't know if I'm necessarily a fan of. Are you kidding me right now? Listen to this. So we already know how I feel about this word sustainable, right? So I'm reading this. It says the carpet and floor mats are made of sustainable, whatever that thread is. All right, this is recycled fiber that is manufactured from, get this, used fishing nets, among other things. So you're telling me that, say I want a Porsche Taycan Turbo S that costs $185, so I think it's going to be over $200,000 out the door, and I've got fishing nets for carpet. The funniest thing is they act like they're doing you a solid with all this. Okay, I like ambient lighting. Everybody's got ambient lighting these days, almost everybody. At any rate, there's ambient lighting, and of course it has different colors, and you can even adjust the brightness to your taste. Okay, so there's an advanced climate control system, which to me means probably nothing but a bunch of trouble, but maybe not. Maybe it works good. They're telling you that, hey, this is, you can either get this as a dual zone or 4-zone climate control. 4-zone means people in the back seat can, control their stuff. They say this is a logical evolution of the traditional automatic climate control systems. So it has no slats. So the vents have no slats, and we can kind of see these two vents up here. Okay, so that's cool. I'm down with that. But they're electrically controlled via the Porsche, via the PCM, right? The head unit, the navigation system, the infotainment system. So it's just like, yeah, that's cool. But if any of those electronic things go wrong, then does that mean now you can't even have some heat or some AC? I think some things, that's what I worry about. Everything being tied into the central computer, this and that kind of thing. And if there's an issue, then, you can't get some basic things. All right, so we went through all the interior and exterior design features of the 2021 Porsche Taycan. Now let's go over the performance features, and probably somewhere within here, they're going to start to talk about the range. So yeah, right off the jump, they're going to break down their battery technology. Up here, they're basically talking about the number of cells and modules in the batteries, and that you've got basically 2 batteries. The base model Taycan and the Taycan 4S have a battery that has 28 modules with a total of 336 cells, and then they've got the performance battery that has 33 modules and 396 cells. All right, so and they're letting you know that the Turbo and Turbo S, as well in the Sedan and both the Cross Turismo versions, get that performance battery plus. Down here, they let us know that their battery is based on 800-volt technology, not the old boring 400-volt technology. And what's the result of that? Improved charging, dry performance, and all that kind of stuff. The cooling system is optimally supplied with energy. It's all good, basically. Having the 800-volt is better than a 400-volt. Here they're talking about the motors, right? And every model from the 4S, Turbo, Turbo S, they get a motor on each axle. The base model gets a motor just on one axle. Either way you go, you got a 2-speed transmission. It's newly developed, and yeah. So there's an overboost function that's activated with launch control, which is going to boost this. So the Taycan Turbo S can go from 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds and has a top speed of 161 miles an hour. So here they're talking about recuperation, which really what they're really talking about is brake force regeneration. It's basically, without making this sound boring, and we're going to wrap it up really, really quick, it's that when you step on the brakes, that produces energy. It's kinetic energy or something like that, and they can capture that energy and reuse it in other ways. And so that's why they're saying they can recuperate up to 90% of the braking energy. So, you know, that kind of stuff, this whole, you know, regenerative braking thing is a big deal, and it's a major component of an EV. Okay, so there are drive modes apparently. Here's a gravel mode, which apparently is just reserved for the Cross Turismo, and that's for gravel or mud. Apparently, if you have a sedan, you have no business in gravel or mud. That was the only drive mode they had to talk about. All right, at any rate, we got launch control. We kind of already brushed upon that with the overboost function. But with launch control, you can activate it in Sport or Sport Plus, and that prepares everything for a rapid acceleration. And they say that for the first 2.5 seconds, the Taycan Turbo S is actually faster than the Night 18 Spider. Then there's the Porsche Active Aerodynamics. Specifically, there is a rear spoiler that extends in 3 stages in according with the driving situation. It extends to one level at 56 miles an hour, another at 99, and then at 124 miles an hour. They say this demonstrates when an electric vehicle becomes a sports car and a sports car becomes a Porsche. The brakes on the Porsche Taycan, they call them Porsche surface-coated brakes, which combines a cast iron disc with a carbon ceramic coating. If those aren't good enough for you, then you can upgrade to the Porsche ceramic composite brakes. But if you have the Turbo S, I guess that's standard. This is standard fare, but it should be at $185,000 for the MSRP. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the chassis. There's an adaptive air suspension. This is cool. There's a smart lift. So this is a function that can raise the vehicle. And so you can even program this thing to automatically lift at locally programmable points. Things that places that it knows it should probably be higher off the ground, you can set it up to do that. I think that's very, very cool. There's also rear axle steering. Here's the Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Sport, which gives you the sporty driving dynamics, which basically this is going to minimize body roll, really. There's also the Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus, which is going to basically improve the steering behavior. And if you're interested in the Taycan Cross Turismo, it is actually higher off the ground by 20 millimeters. Okay, so let's find out about the range. And so range, here's the funny thing. They say for the base model Taycan, they say TBD, to be determined. They say the same thing with the Taycan with Performance Battery Plus. Now, the Taycan 4S is good for 199 miles. The 4S with the Performance Battery Plus package is good for 227 miles. A Taycan Turbo with Performance Battery Plus, which is standard, is good for 212 miles. And then that Turbo S is good for 201 miles. So, you know, the 4S gives you the longest range because it's your balance between ultimate performance and something else. But when you get to the turbo models, you can see that the mileage does suffer a little bit. But that might not be an issue to you. 200 miles an hour or 200 miles might be more than enough range. It certainly would be for me for most things that I do. So here they're talking about a mobile charger. It's the standard mobile charger plus that you can use to charge the vehicle. Or there's an optional intelligent mobile charger connect that has a touchscreen. You can conveniently attach this mobile charger to your garage wall. Or the optionally available charging dock. And then there's an app that'll give you information about the charging time and the battery charge and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to go to the dealer, apparently you can do the Porsche Turbo charging at the dealer. Who wants to go to the dealer? But if you don't want to go to the dealer, there's an onboard DC charger that's with 150 kilowatt something or another, and you can conveniently use public 400-volt charging station, so you're not stuck just going to the dealer or with your standard mobile charger. And then here they're talking about a Porsche charging service. Here is a Porsche charge map, which provides an overview of all charging stations near your home and when traveling. If you want to set up a at-home charging thing, then you can do that through Amazon, apparently. Here's a good shot of the infotainment system. Look at the dual screen infotainment system here. That is really, really nice. Here they're really just talking about the Apple Music and all that stuff there. But yeah, the screens, they're absolutely beautiful. So there's a voice assist that's called Porsche Voice Pilot, and its keyword is "Hey Porsche," and this is natural speech recognition. The car responds to your statements such as "I'm cold," start navigation, things like that. Let's talk about the driving assist systems. Well, let's just go through them very fast. There's the Porsche InnoDrive, including adaptive cruise control. There's active lane keeping. There's lane change assist and night vision assist. That looks really cool in the center there. There's comfort access. There's surround view and active parking support as well. They say this is not just a vehicle, it's also a high-speed online searching engine for destinations, restaurants, hotels, etc. Here they're talking about the navigation and the real-time traffic and how it can minimize your delays and things like that. So there's the charging planner. So this thing's interesting. It says it takes into account your current charge status as well as required charge time and calculate the optimal route for you. Everybody's got an app. Now here's the Porsche Connect app. And so what kind of things can you do? It can start a charge, check your current charge status, set your desired interior temperature, things like that you can do using the Porsche Connect app. Okay, so you know what? We went through all four of these feature categories. Now, let's go over and do the build. All right, so here we are on the Porsche configurator. We've got our Taycan Turbo selected, starting off at $152,250. Very first thing to do is select our exterior color. Okay, so this first no-cost exterior color is called metallic. It's called white. It's just white. It's the only color, the only name for it. And then they have just your basic black. These are flat colors. They have no metallic flake in them, and they're no-cost options. Next, all these are also no-cost options, but this palette of colors here, these are metallic colors, so they have that metallic flake, so they'll twinkle in the sunlight. So now you've got the Carrera white. Now you have a jet black. You've got a volcano gray. Cherry metallic. Here's your Dolomite silver, the Mamba green. Here's a frozen blue. I don't know how I feel about that. This one is the Genetian blue, and then we've got a coffee beige. We've got a frozen berry metallic. That's quite interesting. And then we have a mahogany metallic. And then down here we have these special colors. And they're plus $3,150 for all four of these. We've got Neptune blue. We've got carmine red. We've got chalk. And we've got the ice gray metallic. Honestly, as extensive as the color palette is, none of these colors are really appealing to me with this particular car, let me say. So with that in mind, I'm not going to pay any extra for any of these special colors, that's for sure. As far as the metallic colors are concerned, I'd rather have this flat black because that's going to buff out really, really nice and look like liquid. Okay, next up we need to choose our wheel options. This is your standard wheel. This is that Turbo Aero wheel. It's a no-cost option. These Sport Aero wheels are plus $600. These Mission E design wheels are plus $3,570. These bad boys here are $3,750 right here. For these, what are these called? These are the 21-inch Taycan exclusive design wheels. And then here's the ones I said I liked with the carbon fiber. Wow, they're expensive too. They are $7,650. These are the 21-inch exclusive design wheels with carbon fiber aero blades. Yeah, good thing I didn't. Yeah, I guess I saved a couple of bucks on the special paint color, but we're making it up on the back end with these wheels. You know what? I don't think that they're nice wheels. Are they worth $7,000? They're pretty nice though. They're very cool and they are very exclusive. They even say exclusive in the title. Next up, they have all these wheel accessories like, do you want the wheels painted in different colors, satin black? Do you want your center caps with the colored Porsche crest and all those things? To me, that's just extra silliness. that I'm just not interested in. I'm not interested in those wheel accessories. So we could just jump from that right to the interior colors and seats. So let's pull up. There we go. You're already thinking what I needed to do. But I'd rather have I'd rather have that shot there if we're going to talk about the interior. So here we go. We got the leather seats here. Obviously, this is your black leather here. We've got the leather in slate gray. We also have the leather in what they call blackberry, which is quite interesting, right? That's your blackberry. And then there looks like we've got a two-tone going on here. This is your black and limestone beige. Here is your blackberry and slate gray. That's kind of interesting. I'm not going to do it, but it's kind of interesting. You got your black and red. I do many a Porsche this way. There's definitely nothing wrong with this route. Nothing wrong with that route. And then you have the black and chalk as well. And then they have this Race Tex interior if you want leather free. And they have this stuff in black. They have it also in slate gray and the graphite blue. It is kind of cool looking, but I want leather. Here's your, what color is this? The black and slate gray. And then the graphite blue and slate gray. And then they have this Olea Club leather. It's plus $2,500. The two-tone ones are $3,010. So here they have a basalt black. They have a truffle brown. They have a basalt black with some kind of beige, they call it. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. They have another basalt black with something brown. I don't know. At any rate, none of these are worth, to me, the price. What do I like? Yeah, you got it. We're going to go ahead with that black with the Bordeaux red leather interior for plus $570. And then they ask about the seat options. Do we want the comfort seats, which is what they're showing, or do we want the sport seats plus? These are adaptive sports seats with 18-way memory. With memory package. Show more info. Let's go ahead and select this and see what happens. Okay, now we got these sport seats. Let's see what they look like this way one more time. Okay, that way, and then, okay, yeah. I think I like the sport seats plus for sure. Now there's a long list of options. The reality is we don't have to look at many of these. For instance, I know that I want leather interior, so we can skip over everything that says interior race text, for instance. I know that I want some carbon fiber in my interior, so we can skip over everything that says interior aluminum and interior wood. You get where I'm going here. So first things first, though, let's take a look. They've got 3 packages here. There's a premium package, there's a performance package, and there's a technology package. The premium package gives you that panoramic roof. It gives you ventilated seats in the front. It gives you lane change assist and surround view camera. The performance package, that gives us what? Rear axle steering. Okay, so that's not standard. Porsche dynamic chassis control, sport chrono package, and Porsche electric sport sound. That's $5,400. And then there's a technology package. Passenger display, head-up display, active parking support. Well, I want the heads-up display. You might be able to get that a la carte, but this is my Porsche Taycan Turbo. How do I want it? I want it fully loaded. So we're gonna go ahead and select all of these. We're gonna get all 3 of those packages. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna accept those changes on that package and then get the other ones. This fully loaded 2021 Porsche Taycan Turbo is shaping up nicely. We got the carbon fiber wheels, that Bordeaux red leather with the sports seats in there. We've got all 3 packages, the premium package, performance package, and the technology package. When we selected the premium package, they made us get the technology package, right? It says upgrade of premium package. So we got all of that. And so, yeah, now we're sitting at $174,200. We still have some other options to go over there. I do want to take a quick look at it. Exterior options. How about performance, lights and vision, comfort and assistance, interior, things like that. Interior leather is going to be like, do you want extended leather kind of stuff? And what do we mean by that is, Like, do you want the steering column with leather on it? You know, other things that might not necessarily have leather. That's what this section is going to be all about. We may or may not spend any time in that section. So, like I said, let's go back up to here to exterior and see if there's anything in here we might want. So yes, there were a few things I wanted to get under exterior options. Like we got the Sport Design Package in carbon fiber. It's plus $9,500 and change. It gives you specifically designed upper front fascia, lower front fascia inlays in carbon fiber, as you can see there. You get the side skirts, you get a rear diffuser, all of that good stuff. Then what else did we decide on, or I should say I decided on? I wanted the power folding exterior mirrors plus $330. And last but not least, I wanted the underdoor puddle light projectors. Those are also plus $330, and that's what that looks like. To me, it was worth the money. And I think, yeah, that was everything that I wanted to do in exterior, so we can wrap that up. And then where are we at? Then there's a performance category. So looks like there's already some things already selected under performance. So what else is there? Let's take a look, or I'll take a look, and I'll let you know what else I selected. Okay, well, I only grabbed a couple of things. So we know that there's a single-speed transmission, two-speed transmission on the rear axle. We have the Porsche Electric Sport Sound. That was already included. That was under the performance package that we got. And then there's the Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control Sport, and that was also included in the performance package. That's why they have no cost options on that, or no price points. And then there's the Sport Chrono package. That was also included in the performance package that we got before. What I added was those Porsche, these brakes here, and we read about them earlier. The Porsche surface-coated brakes, but these particular calipers are in high gloss black. I think that looks great. We're going to do that. That's plus $900. And then also rear axle steering, that was part of the performance package. And so that was already included. We're not going to watch the video. Okay, under lights and vision, moving on now. Under lights and vision, they've got some things checked for us. Thermally and noise insulated glass, that was part of the premium package, as was the panoramic roof. There's a few other things. Do we want the high-end lights? There's LED matrix design headlights in glacier blue. And then there's these LED matrix design in black. So we want them in blue or black. What would the blue look like? Let's go ahead and select those. Let's see if it has that little blue. Yeah, in the blue hue. I think that looks very attractive against the black. So I guess you know what my answer is. We're going to go ahead and get the great lights, but we're going to get it with the blue in there. All right, next up is comfort and assist systems. Okay, we already have the heads-up display. We have the surround view. We got the adaptive parking support, the adaptive cruise control. What else is there? Do we want the lane change assist? I thought we might have had that. That's obviously part of some package. Let me go ahead and click that and see what it tells us. The following option will be removed. Well, we don't want to do any of that. So obviously the lane change assist must be bundled into that technology package we got, you know, and sometimes that just, you know, sometimes I overlook that. All right, night vision assist. I definitely want that. Plus $2,500. We're too far in not to get it right now. We're sitting at $188,320. Here now we are up on interior. There we have the ionizer, you know, that's your cabin fragrance. We have seat ventilation in the front. We don't have a heated steering wheel. I think we should get a heated steering wheel. The following option will be removed. No, I don't want to remove anything. I don't want to remove the performance package. So we won't worry about that. What else might there be? Do we want the 4-zone climate control? No, not really. We have a storage package. That's fine. Anything else that we might want in here? No, I don't think so. Do we need a fire extinguisher? Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Okay, we jumped out of that because that was just got into silly stuff like what color do you want your seatbelts to be? And I just can't be bothered with all that stuff. Interior leather. And again, this is like I was telling you, this is other things in the interior that would get leather that might not normally get it. Like, for instance, you want the center console armrest with a Porsche crest. These are things that I'm not overly concerned about, right? Floor mats with leather edging. I mean, I don't care about that stuff. Deep pile floor mats with leather edging. No, Let's just edge our way out of this section. Okay, so now we're back looking at the menu. So we were looking at there. That's where we just got out of, interior leather. We're not going to do the race text. We're not doing interior wood, I don't think. Although wood might be interesting. But I'm going to go carbon fiber. I'm going to stick to what I usually do. I like carbon fiber. So there's an interior trim in carbon fiber. That's plus $2,400. Panel trims in carbon fiber. Center console elements in carbon fiber. They just happen to be showing a non-leather interior, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. All right, so there it is. We've got carbon fiber now on our interior. Can we see that? Can we get a picture of that? What that might look like? Is there any way of knowing? We can't really tell. I can't tell if the center console has a carbon fiber. I'm just going to have to take their word for it, though. Here they're talking about heated steering wheels, door sill guards, and matte carbon fiber. Oh, illuminated. That sounds nice. That sounds quite nice. I love door sill guards, and I like for them to be illuminated. I also like carbon fiber, and I wasn't looking for that, but you know what? We'll throw that in. We'll definitely throw that in. Let's move on. Okay, so moving on, we've got interior aluminum. We're going to skip over that. Audio and communication. We got a passenger display. That's what that was. That other screen over there was that passenger's display. We're not going to watch the video, though. We could figure that out. Do we want the Burmester high-end audio? Yes. It's plus $5,800. All right. And then what's e-mobility? Oh, a power charger, all that kind of stuff. Yes, I want all these things. We're going to skip over that just for sake of the video because I'd have to mull over all that. But yes, I'm definitely going to want a few of those things. Then moving on, there's the delivery experience. You know, do you want to pick this up in Atlanta or Los Angeles? No, I'll just pick it up at my local Porsche dealer. Thank you, I'm fine. Extended individualization, color for leather, deviated stitching. That's just getting into stuff that, you know what, I just can't be that persnickety about it. It's just not that serious to me. And then you got the tech equipment. This is your aftermarket stuff, your accessories, snow chains, things like that. Decorative valve stems. These are all things we don't need to worry about. E-performance, Porsche Home Energy Manager, charging pedestal, charging docks, things like that. Transport and protection, your luggage, your leather luggage set and all that. Like I said, these are all accessories. Again, these are not critical to the build. The build is actually done. We've already built and priced our 2021 Porsche Taycan Turbo. It's loaded out. And it's $199,000. And I think it looks pretty sweet. I think it looks pretty sweet. All right, so you know what? We're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you found this review of the 2021 Porsche Taycan Turbo Sedan helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the very next video.